Maj has been pivotal in the urban communities and people that have been underrepresented, people that haven't had hope, that haven't had the ability or the privilege extended to them for training, for firearms education, to know that their rights. And it's been done by design. And I got to tell you, it's been encouraging to see a guy like Maj get up there and preach the truth and let it be known that everybody has the right to self-defense. Everybody has the right to the Second Amendment. And, I really don't need to go anything else about this guy. He speaks for himself. His work speaks for himself. Maj Toure, man, appreciate you coming up, brother. Good to see you.
What's up, y'all? All right. There's not as many millions of people out here that needs to be. And that sounds funny on one level, but on another level, it sounds different because that means the general public of Nashville and Tennessee in general does not really understand the fight that we're actually kind of up against. I mean, that's unfortunately and fortunate at the same time. The unfortunate part is the general public will not know and or understand the level of corruption, the level of brutality, the level of overreach, and how far away we are from constitutionally protected human rights. I get it. I know why they think that way, and that's unfortunate. The fortunate part is there was only about 3% of the people that bust their guns to actually get freedom. If you are uncomfortable with the fact that there's a strong possibility that you may have to bust your gun for freedom, there should be less people here now. If you have not accepted that as a part of this rumble that we in, go home. Go home. We are literally watching federal agents go door to door, literally right now. Hop on social media and check it out. There are literally federal agents going door to door to tell people, hey, we heard you say something on a social media platform that we disagree with. This is literally happening right now. Ross' birthday, 40th birthday, if you don't know who Ross is, just raise your hand, right? Who's Ross? Somebody tell him who Ross is. Ross is a gentleman that decided to say, I'm going to make a website that you can sell things. I'm not selling drugs. People that want to do things can sell things. And he's in jail for a very, very long time. And he's been in jail for a very, very long time. And he's done nothing unlawful. There was no crime actually committed, no victims. We are in a space along those same lines. Let's go down the list. Not many people know as much about Ross, right? But a lot of people know about Julian, right? Or you know a lot more about Edward. We're in the land of the free, and this has happened. Americans, for telling on the government to other Americans, are now either A, facing, hey, we're going to extradite you back to America and potentially Epstein you, Julian, right? Or you have to be in Russia for a very, very long time and look like you're an anti-American because the Russian dictator is the only person that wanted to give you political asylum. Americans that told Americans what the American government was doing. That is the current state of affairs. So when I see not as many people out here that I think should be here, and that's my personal opinion, right? I might get sad for like a nanosecond, but then right after that I go, there was only 3% of the people that bust their guns to make America America. Most of you in this crowd right now will not bust your fucking gun for freedom. Most of you, I'm looking at all of you. The dude in the back that saw me when I walked up, the muscular dude with the wraparound shades, you with the Tennessee Taking Action shirt, him with the shades as well. This lovely couple sitting here, I'm looking at all of you. Most of you will not bust your fucking gun like your founders did to defend the liberties that they sacrificed their life for to maintain them. I've been an outlaw the whole time. It's not new to me. I'm fighting gun cases right now. right now. Literally. In my, not constitution to carry state, I'm jumping ahead of myself. In my open carry state of Pennsylvania, me, Article 1, Section 21 of the Pennsylvania Constitution, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be questioned. That's my state's constitution. I live in Philadelphia. I don't have to fucking answer a question about my right to keep and bear arms. Do you know what police did? Jumped out, pointed a gun. It's on the video. It's on the internet. Jumped out right on me in the middle of a podcast. You got a gun? You got a license for that? As I was printing. This is the current state of America. So, when I see people, gun tubers, YouTubers, gun Second Amendment activists that can't make their fucking way out to Nashville, Tennessee, I'm sad for a nanosecond, but then I get happy. Because most of the motherfuckers that's standing next to you will not fucking bust their gun for freedom. You won't. Then when extreme leftists say we're cosplaying, I don't know what they mean cosplaying, because I train in this shit. I don't carry a fucking garbage can on the side of my hip. I carry concealed, right? So when they say these statements, I go, I understand. But if you're not a part of that 97%, I'm not asking you to identify yourself. I wouldn't. I could just be lying up here right now. I'm a pacifist. I mean, if you really want to talk about it, I'm a pacifist. I don't want any violence at all. All right? But if you're a part of that 3%, and not a part of that 97 percentile, there's some harsh realities that you got to deal with. Okay, so let's look. One black dude, sister right there, black dude, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Which is actually kind of good, like, based on the numbers of people out here, right? But the reality is, the Democrats 1,000% understand that we haven't galvanized on yet. You cannot do it with just white folk. It's not going to happen. First of all, you motherfuckers sucked at gray manning for like 50 years. So they know exactly who the fuck you are. That's it. They know. All of the people that train look alike. He trains, she trains, he trains. They all got, look, all of them got their fucking wraparound shades. And look, just look. You know exactly who you are. I'm not tripping. I'm on some sort of list. My point in saying this is, the lesson, there's 3% more of the 3% in a demographic that we have to reach. Okay? The Democrats know this. Last September, they printed up a freshly $13 billion for the violence of, what is it? Office of Gun Violence Prevention. $13 billion. I was down in Miami, thought I was having a great time seeing this shit, and was like, I was learning how to grow food, and was like, oh shit, did y'all see this? And all of my not all, some of my gun tuber friends were like, nah, we doing the next review on the next gun from the company that has government contracts. And I was like, oh shit, $13 billion allocated. Do y'all know what it's allocated for? They understand the importance of decentralization. As much as they say, no, it's not about decentralization. That Bitcoin thing, nah. Blockchain, nah. They're taking that $13 billion and going to different cities across America to hire and elect, right, anti-gun politicians in those seats. What they learned from the whole Soros thing was, we don't need to change the laws. If we hire the people that are not going to enforce actual laws that actually stop property crimes and human crimes, we don't care what the laws are. Similar to, I don't care what the laws are if I print the fucking money. I don't care. So they took $13 billion of y'all's. I'm not saying I pay or don't pay taxes. I'm just saying it's $13 billion of y'all money, and they said, we're going to sprinkle this all around the country. All of the anti-gun people, all of the people that never been in a fucking fight, all of the people that don't understand the history of America. America, if you think I'm wrong, this ain't church, y'all. Y'all get to disagree with me, say stuff. America is built on violence, boycotts, and property destruction. So when you hear that, that might sound a little cringe to the ear. America was built, this is some elitist shit. America was built on property destruction. Oh, damn, that's why. Okay, never mind. All right. Gotta go into the Hollywood bag. America was built on destruction of property, violence, and literally saying fuck the police. But somehow this has turned into something different. Now when I say I fuck with homicide detectives. That dude died. Somebody killed him. He's trying to find out who did it to bring justice and healing to a family. 100% want to get behind that. But when I got pulled over twice last week, no bullshit, I got the video, twice last week in Philly, and they're like, you ran a red light. I'm like, come on, bro. I don't speed. Okay, cool. Run my stuff. So I can't give that same level of understanding and appreciation for that side. My point in saying this is this. If you don't have an understanding of what we're actually dealing with, you are in the history that we read about. Let's say if every single person in here is the 3% of the 100%. Some of you are going to fucking die. That's it. Like the bakers, the potters, like they made fun of that in the movie 300. I'm a potter. I'm a such and such. Right? That's what composed like the founders. That dude's a blacksmith. That dude's a writer. That dude's a philosopher. They just understood the need for freedom. That dude's like got a farm. He's a farmer. Oh, I don't want to be a farmer in a war. Yes, I do. I want to be both. Right? So if you are all that 3%, there's some harsh realities that you got to come to deal with. The vast majority of Americans, we are very, very complacent and complicit. It hasn't been like, what country was that? Where the dude was like, America's the great devil, and they had all of this oil, and then they're fucking, fast forward 3 weeks later, all of their fucking people was getting rolled over by tanks in the street for Venezuela. Right? We haven't gotten to that point in America. You guys and ladies will more than likely be the people that's willing to bust your gun. There's some Judases amongst you motherfuckers right now, though. Be clear. Might be one of y'all with the fucking wraparound shades. I don't know. Right? But my point in saying this is you have to come to some harsh realities. Freedom and liberty is a very, very fucking lonely. This dude is wearing plates, got his rifle, right? He's hot as shit. The general, you train in that sometimes, don't you? See? The general public will not fucking do that. This is a lonely fucking existence. The problem is the actual solution. The lonely existence and not being comfortable with people that are the 97% actually get you the freedom that you actually want. It just sucks. It's like being an entrepreneur with no line of credit in the fucking beginning. You have this idea, you know that you're right, and I agree with you. You are 1,000% right. History has shown you Jeff Bezos exists. We seen the pictures of him in like that one office with the spray painted Amazon.com shit. History has shown us that if you stick to the path, you're right. But it's fucking lonely. How many fucking famous YouTubers are here from fucking Tennessee? Goose egg. Me. I'm just from Philly. I'm the fucking outlaw. Right? And I'm not saying this as a diss. I'm saying this to the people, the 3% that are here now. You are in an alignment with something historically that we win. You're in the same story. It's the same story. Spiritually, you're in the same story. Right? When you hear about, hey, we want less taxation. We want less taxation. King George is kind of like shitty. We already had beef with him. We was Protestant, Catholic, whatever the fuck. He was like, okay, go. Okay, yeah, give them colonies. Go. They're annoying as fuck. But send the shooters with him. Send the redcoats with him. And make them pay for the redcoats' crib. House the redcoats. But at least they out of my hair. Y'all are those people. Then you're like, oh, man, I don't want to fucking... How much taxes? How much tax? What the fuck? We just said we didn't want to... You're them. You're literally them. They just hired 80. They tricked you and was like, we're going to hire 80,000. People pushed back. They got quiet about it. Then they still hired the fucking 80,000 IRS agents. Still fucking around with your Venmo transactions. You're in the history. You're it. I feel bad for you. You look like maybe Crispus Attucks' sister type shit. We know what the fuck happened to him. Or do we? Most of you are going to have to fight for it's what's that movie? I think it's Avengers Endgame, where Red Skull was like, I guide others to a treasure that I cannot possess. You're that person. Some of us will be like old enough and live long enough to be like, remember that time? It was like crazy and we fought back and we took the country back. That shit was crazy times. Most of us won't make it that way. If you do not accept that as a reality, get the fuck, bro, do not be an entrepreneur if you're not, it's not the way. Just be an entrepreneur. Just get a regular job. You'll be much more happier. If this is not what you're thinking about in that regard, this guy's making furtive movements and doesn't know the room that he's in. Jesus Christ. My point, I'm messing with you, bro. My point, I've seen all of the eyes do this. Like, my point in saying this is, similar to being an entrepreneur, which is high levels of stress, and you don't know when exactly this thing will pop, right? Don't do that if you're not fully committed to it. Similar to this rumble as the 3% that you are, don't commit to it if it ain't what you... Yo, go do some debauchery. Go be a fucking Democrat. Your life will be way more lit. It will. I know that if I just picked a side, if I went red is right all the time, and I'm not questioning why there was only a certain amount of fucking Republicans that voted no against the bajillion dollars going to Ukraine. I know that. If I played the game, my fame would go, poof. I'm aware of that. I talked to Thomas Massey. He's like, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit. Watch out for that. Right? If I wanted to play it that way and have a more lit life, I would just do that. I would go, yeah, I would be Matt Walsh. He's a Matt Walsh is a fucking clown. Okay? I would just be Matt Walsh. That's all. I would just say, oh, cannabis is wrong, ignoring all of the fucking veterans that have seen real life fucking action, that have PTSD, that are using cannabis to heal themselves. I would just say, oh, Youngkin got it right. If I was just wanting for a lit life, I would just look like one of them. Those dudes right there. They are much more comfortable. Much more comfortable. They get to just be, all of them are in condition white. None of them are paying attention to anything. It's easier, it's better. Phone in the zone. It's way 1,000% easier. Go be that if you are not committed. This shit is pain. However, when you fucking win, though. When you win. God damn. Every so often, at an event, at a speaking engagement, at a thing, you run into a person that says something like, man, you changed the way I think. I was like them, and then I started getting my shit together. Now I have a wife, I have a husband, we're raising our children properly. That's a win. And that might be the only win that you get. I'm still waiting for my fucking twin Bentleys. The Illuminati never showed up. Right? That may be one of those wins that you get, but then time goes on. I run into young people now that when I used to sell DVDs on a train, bullshit you not, they run into me and they're like 21 now. And they're like, yo, bro, remember you used to tell us on the train when DVDs were a thing. I don't know the age group. They existed. It's not cat, right? They would say, yo, remember back in the day you used to sell DVDs on a train? And I'm like, yeah, I was a young boy. Remember you used to tell us, if you get this math question right, I'll give you a free movie? Yeah, I remember that. Man, I remember you used to say, math will get you paid. Math will, just think about the math of it all. Make your decisions based on that logic. And those young men are now young adults, and they fucking squared away. I engaged with them twice in my life. One when I told them a thing about the DVD and gave it to them, and the second when they ran it to me 10 years later. That's a win. That's a win. And if you cool with them wins, keep fighting. If you want to be rich, don't talk about freedom. I got on a small-ass fucking plane to get here. I'm scared of planes. Them small-ass planes where you feel all of the turbulence and you think it's the end like 4 times in the flight. And you think I was thinking like, damn, bro, you got an RV. Why the fuck didn't you just drive over there? Right? Those are the things that you have to do when you're committed to this. Some of you in this audience will be the people that go like, nah, fuck that. You're gonna run into this fucking divide. I promise you. You're gonna run into the divide. You're gonna go, should I be fucking principled? Or should I just have this lit life and do some fuck shit right now? That's not in alignment with my principles, not in alignment with the Second Amendment. I do it all the time. You could get it, like you could work at City Hall. It's 1,000% an option for you. You're going to be at that crux, that fork in the road. To determine if you're one of the 3% or the 97% is 1,000% based on what you do with that fucking fork. I 1,000% know. The organization is called Black Guns Matter. If I just went, all white people are evil, black history of gun control, racist, which is true, and just said, Democrat is the way. 1,000%. I know it. It would be all of the media. We just got to hear this guy. He's right on point. We'll ignore the whole gun thing that we don't give a fuck about because he doesn't have really power. We'll just let him talk. Right? That's what would happen. Is that principled? Is that what the founders needed or did? They 1,000. And I'm saying this as the black dude that understood that these dudes owned humans at the same time. I'm not sugarcoating this shit. I'm just telling you, it's decisions to be fucking made and it's nuance and gray areas. So you gotta go, fuck. I'll give you a perfect example. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Kinda. I don't give a fuck though. Like, fuck y'all. Right? Here's the reality. This event was supposed to happen in January. Shit happened. Planes. I'm so glad I was not on that plane in that weather. Right? I would have passed the fuck out. Fear. Fear is a real thing. Fuck you. It's real. Right? Then, hit me up and was like, yo, if we reschedule? Most times, most organizations don't ever reschedule. They just be like, all right, well, it didn't happen, and, And I'm like, all right, cool. No, no worries. I'll show up again. I didn't want to get on the plane today. But think about that. Think about how fucking entitled that is. Think about it. I didn't want to get on a plane to come to a place to talk to like-minded people about tactics that could help us overall in this fight. There's mimosas at the fucking airport. You don't want to get on a plane to fly and you don't want to take an Uber in the sky to come to a place where you can meet with like-minded people to give a little bit of inspiration and hopefully scare some of you to not take this fucking path. Because if it's not you, I don't want you in the foxhole next to me. Fuck out of here. You understand? You ain't built. Bye. When we take 72-hour survival courses, I love when somebody fucking folds. You weren't supposed to fucking be here. And I'd rather find that shit out right now before November, maybe. Fucking what's happening right now. Right? We got rations. We got to ration this out. We got 10 people in our nest team. Everybody eats this amount of calories every single day. And the person that you never was tested with is eating double the fucking rations. I would rather they get the fuck away from us right now. So, your level of entitlement, Maj, this is the conversation I had with self. Your level of entitlement, Maj, is making you actually think, oh, man, maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I should hit the team up and say, oh, no, I'm not going to go. How many people are going to be there? As if I don't know that 3% of the fucking fighters, out of all of the people that was like, we're going to go to all of the Continental Congress, we're going to go to the conventions, all of the motherfuckers that had an opinion and perspective. How many people wrote the Federalist Papers? 3? 83, 85, always fuck that up. 83 or 85 essays with them nut-ass pens made out of like birds' feathers. 83 to 85 essays about, hey, we got to do this thing right, was 3 dudes. Everybody showed up to sign that motherfucking Constitution, though. Fewer bust their guns. So why would you be entitled to the point where you like, oh, I'm not going to show up down there? When it's 40 degrees in Philly, and it's what, 60 here? You 75, hallelujah. Why on earth would I not turn that into a life lesson? Why am I saying this shit to y'all right now? I'm not telling y'all no shit y'all don't know. I'm fucking reminding you. It's gonna be lonely. In that moment, you have to go, what am I in this for? The Bentley? The cool shit? It's not coming. Go be a Democrat. It's coming. Like, you don't even have to be a citizen and the fucking Bentley might be on the way. But if you want actual liberty, if you want actual freedom, find your nest team. Chop it up. Push each other in them times where you don't fucking want to. This shit is not easy. The people of Tennessee don't really understand. You have to make them get it. The corporations that own a lot of the whiskey and liquor in Tennessee are making sure that they're 100% caught up in the drink. I stopped drinking. I drink Blood of Tyrants wine. Shameless plug. bloodoftyrantswine.com. My point in saying that is you got to determine what you want to do and what you win this Rumble for. It's 1,000% lonely. It's difficult. And you have to make that decision. I'm so beautiful. Like, I love that the fact that I'm assuming y'all are married. I love this. If your lady, you don't have one yet, that's going to be like your lean-on partner. If not, you better find one. It's like 2 of them left. You know what I'm saying? Find one. Also, in leaving, because I don't want to talk y'all head off, but I want to leave y'all with some tactics, that questions that you guys may and ladies may have in your sphere of influence and outreach, where I can help you what has been successful for me and our outreach efforts, and how that can translate into you. So let's do the last little. I don't know how much time I got left.
You got all the time you need, brother.
All right, cool.
Let's do a conversation.
Let's do a conversation and Q&A. Oh wait, we gonna do a convo up here too? Oh yeah, all right, fuck it.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Cool, all right.
I know we have a lot of questions here. I want to start off with this because there's some. I really enjoy you bringing up the nest, bring up the community, the tribe, the training. Can you speak? Well, I know you can. Will you speak about your firsthand experience of where you went out and empowered communities, whether you start off in the basics, firearms handling, safety, and that progression that you've seen firsthand in arming your community and educating them.
So the first thing is, this is going to sound a little bit unfortunate. The trauma that the general public has, you have to identify what that is first. So if I recognize that they go, I'm afraid of firearms, right? If they hit me with that, I try to figure out where did that come from? Who got shot? Who had a negligent discharge? Who's that family member that you lost to this, you think, to this tool? So when I find that out, then I start reverse engineering from who was wrong and use the tool wrong. If I can find out where your trauma is and help you heal, now you will kind of understand that I give some sort of a shit about you. I'm not listening to nobody that doesn't give a shit about me. You're not. You're when you like a dude on social media, right, or YouTube, you like him initially, and then after a while you watch him and you like, I don't think this guy gives a shit about me. I think this guy's selling a program. And then you tap out. You already got the stuff that you like, motivational from the person. And if they're not showing you the work that they're doing to serve other humans, you just tap out. So if this person doesn't know that I care in any way, shape, or form, it's a tap out. So I usually find out, because they're not anti-gun. They think they're anti-gun. Do you know why I say that? Anti-gun, they would be advocating for police and law enforcement to not have guns either. They're never doing that. They are misinformed. I could work with that. That person believes, they believe that a law enforcement officer actually gives a fuck about them. It's beautiful marketing. I'm not mad at it. And there are some, I don't want to make a broad brush, right? There are some officers, friends and family of mine that are like, I'm going to catch bad guys today. I'm not here for no fucking weed. I'm here for the robbers, rapists, and the killers. Those dudes, 100%. I'm like, man, fuck yeah. We want the same thing, safe communities. But that's not the vast majority of law enforcement. So saying all of that to say, I understand that they don't understand that they want the monopoly of violence to be in the hands of the state. So I explain it to them that way after figuring out what their trauma is. Because I can't talk about their political affiliations or their shortcomings or anything like that until they recognize that this person cares about me and we're just having a dialogue. If that's not what it is, they don't give a fuck. They're actually going to be more hardened on their anti-whatever position. And when I say anti, I mean anti-whatever you on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like fucking red, they could like red. But if you have not developed a rapport with them in that short time in conversation, now I fucking like blue. Because you like red. And I like red, but I'm not telling you that. Fuck out of here. Right? So finding the trauma and showing, and it has to be genuine. I'm not like, oh, somebody died. Oh, man, that's crazy. But anyway, like, we can't hit them with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be another level to it, and that's what's been encouraging for us here at Tennessee, taking action, watching your work from abroad, and then we've been fortunate to we've been talking for a while. I remember seeing you in Reno.
Yeah.
You impacting those neighborhoods and seeing education be key, and kind of seeing a birth of a new 3%.
Right.
That's what we're seeing, because by default, if we make more responsible gun owners, responsible, firearms instructors, but more educated citizenry, well regulated, that understands firearm safety handling and carry practices, then you have more 2A advocates.
100%. Imagine this. Imagine for a second, I told you that there was. All right, let's take all of the dudes that are hardened criminals, like criminals. They got all lifers. Everybody except pedophiles. For whatever reason, they're in jail. They got 20 years or up, 40 years or up. not pedophiles. And if you said to them, I want you to fight to defend freedom, and we're going to let you out. We're going to let you out. You have to fight to defend freedom, and you got to get right in position, in alignment. They already kind of like groomed, no pun intended, for that, right? Because you got to wake up at this time. You got to eat at this time. So they already soldiers. Now imagine these gentlemen that thought that their life was over, and they didn't expect to be alive this long, and they don't know if they're going to make it back to their bunk or not, right? Yeah. Those might be some of the most dedicated to freedom people that you ever met. Because if you fuck this up, we're going to put you in solitary confinement for a year, then it's the firing squad. This is the thing that you're agreeing to. You've already had due process. This is the thing that you're agreeing to. Now I'm painting a picture for y'all. How do you think that person that didn't expect to be alive this long, that thought their whole situation was done, how hard would they fight for freedom when you gave them that opportunity? Tremendously.
Yeah.
That is every single person in fucking urban America. That is every person that media, legacy media, whatever said, you don't belong to the American dream, you gonna fucking get shot, your shit is poverty, it's fucked. That's damn near 90% of fucking Beale Street in Memphis on the weekend. Right? So imagine if we could galvanize those people and say, we're going to train you, we're going to fight, we're going to help you get money based on free market enterprise, and it's based in a system that has founding documents that say it believes in fuck the police, fuck the government, we get to do what we want as long as we're respecting others' property and their body.
Absolutely.
You could easily gauge and get that 3% from that demographic.
100%. And that's preaching hope right there. You wanted to take some questions from the crowd. So if you want to have a question for Maj Toure right here, go ahead and raise your hand if you got a question.
No one's going to ask questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Come
the
on
guy
up
with
here,
the gun
Sean.
asked the question.
Come on up here, ask
All
the
right.
question.
How's it going, man? Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Pause. That's what she said.
It's been great to hear you speak. I'm wondering, I'm a big believer in civil disobedience.
Yeah.
Actually, I think if we don't use it, we're definitely going to be in a war.
It's American as apple
we
pie.
might already be going for a war,
Yeah.
but we're definitely going to be in a war if we don't use civil disobedience. So
Right.
how would you encourage people to make that step and do something like the people who I want to follow the law that's there. I don't want to push it. I don't want to step. I don't want to pop up and get hammered down, you know.
Yeah.
There's like 3 guys who are First Amendment auditors in jail right now.
Yeah.
How do we encourage more people to do it because they can't put us all in jail?
One, the power of the pen. Like, you know how when they be like the pen is mightier than the sword? I believe that the pen is mightier than the AR. That should be a fucking T-shirt. Damn. That should be a T-shirt. The pen is mightier than the AR. Copyright. I'm talking to the cameras. This is a copyright idea by Maj Toure. There's all rights included. Right? Just the pen first, and boycotting. I know a lot of y'all may not like that word because of how the connotation that it got, but the founders boycotted British goods way before they started shooting them. They was like, we just not doing that. We just not buying that. In 2020, when the mask thing was a thing, right? And I kept getting kicked off of planes and restaurants and Walmart. You know, Walmart used to have a policy you couldn't come in the line if you couldn't come in the store if you didn't have the mask on, right? They wanted everybody to be Bane for whatever reason. And then too many people in Texas alone started getting into fights with the security guards in Walmart. And so Walmart quietly was like, it was impacting money. So Walmart quietly was like, we're not going to tell people they have to, but what they started doing was they would just hand you the mask when you came in. They would just hand. Now, if you complied, then that's on fucking you. But they stopped saying, you can't come in here without, because all of the other stores in small towns were closed. So it was fights happening. So Walmart just was like, just hand them the mask and let them make the decision for themselves, right? That is a boycott. That is a form of, no, thank you. We're not doing this. Instead of the Second Amendment community, we go into, did y'all know that Buffalo Wild Wings is anti-gun? 100% anti-gun.
It's trash wings anyway.
Trash wings. They're fucking do they even got lemon pepper?
It's nasty.
It's just horrible. It's just horrible, right? You know how sometimes because we're rebellious as Second Amendment people, we'll have our gun on us, we'll post a picture on the gram and be like, by the sign with the fucking Beretta with the slide through it and be like, I don't got a fucking Beretta anyway. They're not talking about me, right? But you're still doing two things. You're giving your money to the anti-gun monster and you're promoting them on your social media. They're getting two bangs for their buck. We got your money and we got your promo.
Yep.
Instead of finding a business, who's the small business in our town that has way better wings than Buffalo Wings, but also is like, you're pro-gun? Well, fucking come on in. Where we allocate our resources is the rumble. Now, here's where it becomes the problem for most of us red-blooded Americans. You motherfuckers like football. The NFL's anti-gun. Remember when everybody was saying we're boycotting the NFL because they let Kaepernick take the knee or whatever? Whatever the fuck your reason. Pro-NFL, non-NFL, however they handled it, you boycotted. What the fuck happened? You should have been boycotting them because they're anti-gun. Do not give your money to the places. And then going back to part one, number one is write about the great experiences that you had at these pro-gun. Don't even say that they're pro-gun.
Pro-education.
Pro-education. Pro-Nashville. This pro-Nashville business I went to, it was an amazing time. Write a blog. Tag the city of Nashville in it. Then people who won't eat, anti-gun people will go to this pro-gun wing spot because you used your pen. Starve your fucking ops. I want to absolutely demoralize my fucking opposition. The best way in America to demoralize a business is to stop talking about it. Fuck them. Who are their closest competitors? Oh, we got a pro-gun, what's the name? We going over there. So those are the two things that people can do, and there's a way to hide. You can go, oh man, those wings over at this pro-Nashville place were so amazing. You did the research. You know that they're pro-gun. You know it. I don't even have to say it. I support so many. This hat right here, I got this from Andy Frisella, right? I do business, like I'm an advocate for First Form Nutrition. Andy's super pro-gun, super America. I just be posting shit talking about absolutely ratchet things that have nothing to do with freedom, and I'm just wearing a pro-gun company hat, pro-freedom company hat. Our opposition is better at PR. Here's the last thing to that question, and then we'll do another one. Read Propaganda by Edward Bernays. That motherfucker is amazing. He wrote that, and he wrote Crystallizing Public Opinion. It's literally the playbook. If you want to understand the communists, read the Communist Manifesto. If you want to understand current propaganda in America right now, read Edward Bernays' propaganda book. And then read Crystallizing Public Opinion. Notice he didn't say, the name of the book isn't Hearing the Public's Opinion and Making Decisions Based on Freedom. That's not the fucking name of the book. The name of the book is Crystallizing. I want to shape public opinion. And when you see that, you start to go, oh, then you start using some of their tactics. And then you demoralize them. You demoralize them because I don't want a politician to change because he genuinely believes in the Constitution. They don't even fucking read the bills that they sign off on. I don't care. I want him to understand that it's in his or her interest to be in alignment with the Constitution because we're going to make their constituents be pro-freedom. The chessboard is bigger. Make sense? Go ahead. Thank you.
Next question.
I know you said earlier, you know, like you have a lot of, I guess just thing in general, your opposition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, just it can apply to all things in life,
Yeah.
right? And me personally, I got people who don't like me.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone does. So how would you say, because like when shit hits the fan, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just going to be us who revolts, right? It's going to be other groups who are going to be, it's like a power vacuum.
Do they have guns?
Most likely.
Okay. I'm just going to say if they don't have guns, they've already fucking lost.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying obviously other groups because it's if shit hits the fan, there's going to be a power vacuum. And everyone wants to one-up another. So how would we overcome, obviously?
Remember 9/12? Y'all remember 9/12? Like the day after 9/11? And how none of the shit, well, I don't even know if social media existed then, right? But not at this capacity, right? But in 9/12, for like a week, it was just like, let's do the right thing. After that week, it was like, anybody that's Muslim is a fucking terrorist. It got crazy. Like a lot of my friends in Philly that's Muslim, I was like, oh shit, bro, it's rough being you right now. Like that, but for that week, before the propaganda retouched down, for that week, it was very like, somebody attacked us. Like if somebody came over here right now, right, and just like tried to, they wouldn't hit you because they see your gun, but like they tried to hit, they wouldn't hit him because he's fucking in shape. But let's say this dude right here with the blue shirt, right? Let's say everybody assumes he's with us right now because he's walking through, right? If somebody came over and hit him, the vast majority of us would just go defend him. We would just be like, the fuck, that's wrong. Fuck you, man. Why'd you hit him? Right? That's what happens in those spaces. All of this, like, if the problem happens, we want to fight for these things. Everybody will be fighting for food. And, like, what is your nest team? And can I link with people that have a stronger nest team? It won't be as, like, complicated. It'll be violent, potentially.
It won't be, hey, you tweeted this on this day.
No. Absolutely not. Like, all of them, think about it this way. All of the motherfuckers that was like, if Trump wins, I'm going to move to Canada. They still in fucking L.A. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't be.
Yep.
And here's the other part. Most of the people that's saying that shit now, they ain't about that action. You know what they gonna do when, like, shit hits the fan? Like, I own a farm. Nobody knows this. I own a farm in, like, the Alabama-Mississippi border.
We need to get you in Appalachia, man. You get you out there on some of our property.
Oh,
brother.
it was a couple of them on the Nest team.
That's what I like to hear.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the argument around what people would do and even the things that they fight for now is not going to be the same. You could tell that when you smack somebody one time. You're going to see what they about. If they gather themselves and like, fucking, motherfucker, you slapped me and we fighting for a little while, all right, I want him or her on my team. I would not to say I would smack a woman, ma'am. Right? But my point in saying that is when shit hit the fan, all of them people saying that shit, y'all are not rich. I'm going to assume that nobody out here is rich. Like, fuck you, rich. You would not be out here. You're not going to see me if I'm fuck you, rich. I'm like, $3. Like, that's it. I would rather stand toe-to-toe with you in that space for the same reason why, when the lights go out, why I understand all of those people that are unlawfully into our nation they're going to understand the game.
Yep.
I want some of them on my team too. Look, this might be an unpopular statement, right? Some of those folks are legitimately coming here for opportunity. I'm not saying that I'm okay with it, but I am saying some of my friends is from like Scandinavia, Ethiopia, Israel, Guatemala. They some hardworking motherfuckers. When the lights go out and y'all don't know how to shit in a plastic bag and throw it away and push it over to the side, fuck you. I want them next to me. Because it's happening. But my point in saying that is all of the people that are kind of just like on social media like, yeah, when it happens, it won't be so many factions. And a lot of those people will be very, very fucking quiet. Yeah. Rightfully so. I'm low-key waiting for the lights to go out so I can get some peace around this motherfucker. Right? Because I know that it will not be as many. The internet just gives people a voice, and their bravery is never tested.
You take the internet and the social media away, a lot of people aren't activists anymore.
And they never got punched in the fucking face.
Yeah.
I got punched in. This is why my beard don't grow right here. I got stabbed in the face. I got in a fight, and I was stabbed in the face, and I was fighting this dude, and the knife was still in my fucking face. Like, the reason why I'm such a hippie and a pacifist is because I'm like, I would prefer not. That shit is lit. It's like Dunkin' Donuts and Wi-Fi. It's amazing. It's a gas station, like, close. Water. However, I understand that this is not normal. Like, in Earth history, like in global history, this is not the norm. Right? So all of those people that have never seen the norm, they've never taken a survival course. They haven't said, today I'm just not going to eat. They tripping if the Wi-Fi is slow. We might read a book. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They read books on tablets. They're not thinking about it. So those people, they'll kind of like you'll see how much of them are their 3%. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are kind of like anti-gun initially right now. So they don't got no – that's why I asked you, like, yo, would they have guns? Because I have 100,000 rounds of 9mm. I, individually, own 100,000 rounds of 9mm. How much they got?
Yeah.
So they're not going to be a problem. The problem is going to be your next team and seeing which one of those are going to be tested. Start testing your team. Yo, today we not going to eat or y'all know that I'm converting to like Judaism, right? Y'all think I'm fucking around joking on like social media. They have a whole day of Shabbat, Saturday, where they don't do shit electronic. Every week. They don't drive. They don't use their phone. The discipline of it is dope to me. So I'm like, how many people in this room right now, Tuesday, nobody use your phone. See? Tuesday. That's the homework assignment. I'm going to give all of y'all my email before I leave. Tuesday. None of you are going to sign up to not use your phone on Tuesday. None of you. I give you $100. 10 in Bitcoin. Right? None of you are going to email me. I'm going to give you my direct email. None of you are going to email me and be honest and say, on Tuesday, I'm not going to use a phone. I'm not telling you you can't eat. I'm not telling you you can't use your gas stove. I'm not telling you any of the other 613 laws that those dudes got to hold. I'm saying on Tuesday, next Tuesday, link with me and just don't use your phone. No comms. Because he's going to fucking 100% use shortwave radio communications. That's what he's going to do. That's what they're going to do. Right? So most of the people aren't really built for it. They're just saying stuff on the internet.
Good question. Good question, sir.
Yeah.
We have time for one more. You can go back down. Thank you, sir. We have time for one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up with Alex with our closing statements with Maj up here. And I just want to thank you for coming out here again, man. It's
thank
good
y'all
to
for
see
having
you.
me.
Who's got a question out in the crowd? Last question.
Why have no women asked questions?
We had a huge panel here earlier. We got Glenn right here.
Y'all making me want to wear like cowboy boots. I swear to God.
Just
I
to
was
catch
just
you
saying
off
this.
what you were saying about, I guess, Sabbat, is that what it's called?
Shabbat, yeah.
Shabbat. I love that. So I'm a huge advocate of doing like dopamine detoxes.
Yeah.
And whoever here hasn't done that should absolutely do that.
Yep.
Reformat your brain. It's good for you.
Yep.
The question I have is, you talked about a 72-hour survival course.
Yeah, it was the worst time of my life.
What can you give us more information about that? Because
100%.
I'm sure some of us in this crowd would be very interested.
Yo, so look, you see this patch right here where it says Light Fighter 365? That's my guy, Akil Bey. He says he's in New Orleans learning stuff. He's a Green Beret and he's a sniper, and he says he's in New Orleans. Anyway, he's a paramedic. Anyway, we did a 72-hour survival course, and that was my first one. It's minimal food. All of the food and water you have to procure from out in nature. You're rucking about 15 to 20 miles a day. You sleep maybe 3 hours over that entire 72-hour period. Everything that I almost quit 3 times. I said the most marshmallow shit in the universe to myself during this time. We had to do land navigation. At the time, I hated land nav. If you don't know what land nav is, your plot. Remember there's these ancient artifacts called maps, where you had to like open them up in the car and be like, I need one for every state that I'm in, right? Maps actually tell you a lot of information, but most people only plot the points between where they're trying to go to where they at, right? Or vice versa, right? But I hated land nav. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. He's a master drill sergeant and a sniper and a Green Beret and all of that shit. And he's like, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. You hate land nav. That's dope. Yeah. Do the fucking land nav. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have had no sleep. We've eaten dandelions. We've had to purify the water that we got from a stream, and that's what you're operating off of. I swear to you, I remember saying to myself, why do I have to do land nav? I'm famous. I got an iPhone. This is the bullshit you tell yourself in them precious situations. And it was like, I'm like, fuck this! Legit. And I just didn't quit. But I almost did like 3 times. So it's basically rucking. You have the bare minimum. And I tried to get fancy because you get a list of things that you're supposed to bring. This is what you bring. This is what you bring. I bought like extra batteries for my phone and shit. And he was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's smart. That's cool. Oh, you got your little protein bars? That's cool. Hey, give me all of that shit. Before we go up the fucking mountain, mind you, this was in St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. It's done in a location that is about 40,000 like acres. It's like mountains and shit. So you got the black bag over your head. When you get in the truck and you get taken up, you don't know where the fuck you are. And you can leave. You can quit. You can leave. I don't know where the fuck you going. I'm not helping you get back, but you can leave. And there's bears out there, and it's just Pennsylvania. So tighten the fuck up or go crazy, right? But when you finish going crazy, Maj, do the fucking land nav. And if you fuck these plot points up, the difference between us being right here where this thing is already put up that we can get, like we've got the fucking goal. If you plot these points wrong, it's to scale. So if you off this much on the map, you might be off a half a mile in real life. If you don't chart this right, you may lead you. Oh, you didn't know that symbol on the map meant water. So you just took your team through water. to get to the thing because you didn't know that that meant water, even though it's right here and we told you that this shit mean water. Oh, because you was hungry. Oh, that's cute. Go through the fucking water. This is what I mean to the other brother right before you's question of, have you been tested? Like this, bro, when you travel around the planet and you go to places that don't have a fucking front door, and a motherfucking person, a human, is advocating for more government overreach, that in essence, all of those places that don't have those doors have all of the government, and you're in a place that was founded on we want to limit government as possible, two things happen. One, you get very, very upset for people that are advocating for more government, and two, you start to appreciate your fucking front door. So how dare I, going back to the earlier statement, how dare I, oh, you don't want to get on a plane. You're Air Uber. They bring the coffee right to you. You understand? So, like, those are the things that a survival course I really, really, really think y'all should tap into. I mean, even if it's urban survival, just doing certain things like, by a show of hands, who here has walked in one day over 15 miles? Oh, okay, because y'all are the fucking 3%. Okay. Right? If you haven't, if you did 15, right? Do 25. With your ruck. Don't even jog. You ain't got to David Goggins the shit. Just walk. See how your feet feel and appreciate that shit. See how you feel like appreciating being barefoot in the grass. How many people have went a week without food? 1, 2. Not as many fucking hands. Americans. Food everywhere. Right? When I'm in the RV at certain times, I just exist off of I boil a chicken. Literally, I put a chicken in a big-ass pot. I boil the chicken slowly. I chop that shit up with rice and beans, and that's all the fuck I eat. If y'all saw me on social media in September, October, when I was in Miami for helping that community garden grow food, I was there to learn how to grow food. Because I'm like, I remember 2020 when they told me I couldn't go in here and get food. So let me grow food, right? All I ate was the food that they grew, that I got out of the ground, and chicken and rice and beans. It's Miami and my friends are rich. And they're like, oh, bro, you in Miami? That's what's up. We coming down there. And they're like, come here. We at Nobu. And I'm like, no, boo. Test yourself. Test yourself. This is your homework assignment. Second homework assignment. The thing that you hate the most. Let's go down the line. Ma'am, what do you hate the most? Everything. Sharks? He now has an obligation to make sure that you go to a place where you have to get in one of them cages around sharks. You wanted the vacation. It's part and parcel. Brother right there. No, go here, because I skipped him. You right here. What do you dislike the most? That's why you came here. Right? So, next week, within the next month, I'm giving you all permission to, within the next month, challenge yourself to grow, and I'll tell you why. Within the next month, I need to see video. I'm going to get your email, you personally. I need, in the next 30 days, it's about to be April, I need to see you in a large crowd, engaging people, not just standing there. Because that's what your type does. You go, well, I was there. No, you have to engage. I can tell by where you put your fucking chair. Way the fuck away from everything. Now, security-wise, I get it, right? But that's your second homework assignment. Brother right here. Cardio. This motherfucker do not do cardio. He's all gym, all fucking lifting, right? Here's your cardio. This is your assignment in the next 30 days. You have to run a 5-minute mile. All you got to do is get around the one lap of the track in about 1 minute and 15, 20 seconds. In 30 days, because a 4-minute mile, remember how everybody was like, oh, a 4-minute mile. And then everybody started doing a 4-minute mile after the first person did a 4-minute mile. It's just get around the track in 60 seconds. So I'm giving you a 5-minute mile in 30 days to come up with it. I fucking hate cardio. I was jogging yesterday. I hate it. I'm trying to get ripped, and like under this hoodie, I'm actually fucking ripped and swole. However, my point in saying that is the areas that you all are avoiding because you don't like it the most is where you'll see the most growth. That's where you should challenge yourself. I'm going to go through everybody, then we can wrap up. Go ahead. So you don't like holding people accountable or the concept of accountability? Fuck that. You listen to Gary V? Listen to Gary V. He got a good video on that. You struggle with kind candor. You're the type of person that actually should run for office because you don't want to control people. You're like, hey, there's the information. Fucking do what you want with it. Right? And all of the people that's in office are like, fuck, you don't need information. This is what you should do. You're the type of person that should run for office. So in the next 30 days, I need video. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm literally going to get y'all emails, and I'm going to fucking follow up. In the next 30 days, I need you. Are you in a management position at your job? What do you mean, kind of? You don't even like owning it. I need a video of you, a video. You don't have to show the other person. I need a video in the next 30 days of you with kind candor telling people what to do. Sister all the way in the back with the shades on. Yeah. What do you dislike? What's uncomfortable for you? Huh? People. That's why she's all the way in the back. Her body language is telling it. First she was all the way over here. Then the sun came, and then she went all the way over there. That was you, right? Yeah. I need a video of you engaging with someone that looks the exact opposite of you. I need a video, not him, but someone that looks like him. Because not only is it people, you're in a bubble. You like bubbles. Fuck your bubble. That bubble will not help you in a zombie apocalypse. I promise you it won't. Brother that asked the second question. Speaking out directly? Admitting your wrongdoings. Accountability. You have on a soldier's uniform. You have to get better at accountability. If you're not holding yourself accountable to what needs to be done, that man next to you fucking dies. So, here's my homework assignment for you. In the next 30 days, do you go to the gym? No. Fucking answer is no. I know the answer is no. Right? In the next 30 days, how many push-ups can you do? 16? 60? That's cat, but all right. Look, in the next 30 days, I need a video from you doing 4 sets of 25, 100 push-ups. The fucked up part about that is you got to start doing them like tomorrow, doing like 5 or 10 in a row. If you don't, by the 30 days, you will fucking fail. You will not be able to do 100 push-ups, 4 sets of 25 if you don't start tomorrow in 30 days. It's not going to happen. That's a very fucking difficult job, and that's what's your name? Elijah. Yeah. Fucking, yeah, Elijah, you're going to fail. Maybe I'm wrong. You never know. But I'm going to absolutely fuck with you. Bro, right here. No, wait, the brother down here. I'm going to be easy on him because he's got his rifle already fucking ready for action. So I got to be easy with main man. Go ahead. Yeah. You got a sweet phone. What's that, a Samsung? Yeah. So today, fuck 30 days. Today, before I leave, we're going to make your wake-up schedule. Let me show you my wake-up schedule. Here, I bullshit y'all not. This is my schedule. Y'all think I'm capping. I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't already do or am going to do. Here's my schedule. Here are my alarms. Read those times out, because I don't want y'all to think I'm capping. What time do I wake up?
03:45.
3:45 in the morning. What time? At 4 o'clock, which is the next alarm, what does it say?
Going grounding, leave for the gym every day.
What's next?
5 o'clock, meditation, gratitude, plan your day.
What's the next one?
Fruit, water, read every day.
What's next?
Shower, content, edit.
I did all of that fucking shit before I showered. What's next?
Dry fire.
What's next?
Go to the shop and serve the people.
What's next? That's literally what it says. What's next?
Emails, calls, address problems, serve every day.
For how many hours is that one?
That's from running from 1100 to 120.
Okay, what's the next one?
Nap.
Take a nap. Take a nap. You get a fucking nap. That's at 2 o'clock or 1:30.
Yep.
Right.
That's at 1:30, at 1:20 to 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, you got meal, content.
What's next?
Gym.
Twice a day. What's next?
Inventory, cleaning, shop.
What's next?
Social media, fundraising, serve solutionaries, media engagement.
What's next?
Shower, read, tomorrow prep.
Next?
Finish whatever you didn't, and the completion on how you win, wind down, and hit the rack.
That's my schedule. Every day. Not fucking like, oh, my off day. Gay. My off day. I was able to relax. I get a nap. You relax during a nap. So, before we leave here, we're going to come up with your schedule for the day. You. Finding time? What the fuck do you mean? How many hours? You get less hours than me a day? What time do you wake up? That's fucking great. So from what time do you go to bed? So for 16 hours, you can't find 1 hour to fucking work out? So the fuck what? So you're a tractor driver. You can only drive 10 hours at a time before you got to pull over. No, motherfucker. You can only drive nationally a certain amount of hours before you have to stop. What is that amount of time? 10-hour drive. So I was right. I don't fucking drive trucks. How do I know that? So out of that 10 hours, figure out when you take your break, when you go to pull in the fucking, hit the scale to weigh the fucking tonnage on the truck, or go in the fucking rest area, push-ups, squats, calf raises, and fucking sit-ups. What are you talking about? Oh, we're going to make a schedule for you, too. 1,000 fucking %. You don't get 30 days. Brother right here. Fasting. Yeah, you got a belly. Yeah. The girls like that now, though, I've been told. You look like, he look like he could take care of some shit and pay some bills. Right? All right. What day do you want to fast together?
Pick one. I'll get it.
I can't do Saturday because Did y'all know that on Shabbat you have to like eat and like drink wine? I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Fucking made a convert out of me, right? So it can't be Saturday. Let's fast. Let's you and I fast on Sundays for the next month. Starting tomorrow. Like no running. Do you want to do all the way nothing fast or just water? Just do water. Just water. If you fold, a man that cheat on the revolution and cheat on his, this is what an old head told me. A man that'll cheat on his diet, a cheat on his wife. And a man that'll cheat on his wife will cheat on the revolution. So you're going to determine if you fucking Benedict Arnold or not. So Sunday, tomorrow, we fasting, which is fucking wild because I didn't really eat much today. But whatever, fuck it, I'm in it with you. 3%. Sister right here. Yeah, stop. Yeah, be upfront about it. Where you from? Ethiopia or where? Uganda? I was going to say Senegal. I went to Dakar and tried to learn to speak Wolof. I failed miserably. It's very difficult. Yeah. All right, tell me again. You just like sushi? That's not you're trying to trick everybody. That's not a real challenge. Oh, I don't like sushi. Oh, my God, I hate watching Game of Thrones. Don't make me watch Game of Thrones. That's cap. That's cap. Give me another one. That's not, you got to give me a real one. You smart, though. You was like, I'm not doing what these idiots are doing. I don't want you to do foods that you dislike because you'll throw up, right? I want you to do something that's difficult for you. Do you work out? Okay. So you're a risk taker. I want you, so you don't like being bored. Okay. I need you to time-lapse photography yourself in a room for 1 hour with no phone or no internet, because you got to record it. No books. I want you to show me you staying in one room for 1 hour by yourself. Yeah, it is going to drive you crazy. But once you get it under your belt, all of the things, listen, guys, all of the things that we avoid is where we find the greatest level of growth from. The other benefit of going in for an hour in a room with nothing is you're actually a freedom fighter and you're dealing with the fact that you may potentially have to go to jail and be in solitary confinement. You know, when I went to jail the last time, it was in the summer for that gun charge. And then the last time before that, it was in Canada. They took my guns in Canada. Right? You don't have a phone. I just was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to do some calf raises. I'm going to get some sit-ups in. You guys are giving me some time to work out. The things that I'm telling y'all is you're taking the power back from the thing that you've given power to. You have to have that mentality because, like, when people think, like, oh, we got you in here with us. I want you all to leave here with the mentality of, I'm not locked in here with you. You fucking locked in here with me. You understand? That's a difference. That fear of when I didn't know how to swim, and I'm watching my daughter learn how to swim, and if we're in our pool at the house, I can't help her. How does that look? This other adult male is teaching your daughter a skill set that you don't know. I got to conquer that, right? Then, when I seen Stone Cold Steve Austin get in a fucking cold plunge and he got out in like 40 seconds, I'm like, Stone Cold's the hardest dude that I've ever known in my childhood, right? Then I started thinking about it. I fly on planes a lot. What happens if the plane crashes and the water's cold? How corny would it be that you don't die from the plane crash, but you die because your body's not acclimated to cold temperatures? So I started taking a cold plunge. You will find the most growth in the areas that you are fucking avoiding. Do an hour in a room, no distractions, no books, Because we do that with books too. Oh, I was improving myself with the book. No, you were distracting yourself. Deal with you. You right here. Silence? You struggle with that? How many phones you got? One. Usually people that don't like boredom have multiple phones. How often, what's your time, what's your social media like usage time? So what's keeping you from, you're saying boredom like you're getting productive shit done? I don't know if I want to fuck that up. What do you mean by entertainment? You watch a lot of shows? Do you meditate? Yeah, your dopamine centers is fucked. Do you do you want to try meditating? Nah, that's too easy. You agreed to that shit too easy. This is what I want you to do the same thing that she does. You might have been piggybacking her, but whatever. Do an hour. Nothing. You're going to get so many lessons. No bullshit. You might fuck around and listen to God. Y'all ever read this book called Conversational Interview with the Devil by Napoleon Hill? So in the story of the book, Napoleon Hill, if you don't know, he Think and Grow Rich, that dude, he studied for like 25 years all of these industrial guys, Ford and this person and that, Carnegie and all of those different people, right? But then after doing all of that, he was kind of broke. And so he had tapped into the things that helped them evolve so much. And then the story goes that he was sitting in the Lincoln Memorial in D.C. and the devil appeared to him because he was that tapped in. And the story, this is one that I would definitely recommend that y'all read on like Audible, right? Or listen to, or audiobook. Because they do the devil's voice and like, right? He talked about the devil's skill set is making people drift. Making people not be able to be bored. If you're quiet and accept the stillness, that's why in the Bible they'd be like, be still, right? Peace be still. It's harder for you to hear God, i.e. your intuition, when you're distracted and not bored. You're having fun all of the time. So one of the devil's tools in that book, in that interview with the devil, what the devil told him was, one of the ways that I get humanity to fuck up is because I just get men to drift. I just get men to drift, just to be on shit. How many times have you guys picked up your phone and went to go do one thing, and now you on Twitter, now you on Instagram, now you on this, now you on that, and totally forgetting the reason why you even picked the fucking phone up in the first place? In my opinion, after reading that book and watching it, it's the devil just giving you access to drifting because you don't like being bored. Boredom is a trick. There's no such thing. You have struggled with the ability to listen to yourself. So, homework assignment. For 1 hour, it's going to seem like forever. Then you're going to be like, whew, got through that hour. You're going to look at the clock, and it's going to be 7 minutes later. Right? That's your assignment. You right here. You don't like confrontation? Oh, fuck that. You're going to be poor. What do you determine as confrontational? Like physical engagement or just having to tell somebody like his issue? Like having to tell somebody what it is? You ever watch Fight Club? You never seen Fight Club? Watch Fight Club. That's one of your homework assignments. Most people, there's a scene in the movie where he talks about most people, not only have they never been you never been in a fight? You got to get in a fight. You're going to learn so much about yourself in a fight, especially if you get the shit beat out of you. I get the shit beat out of me once a week, literally. Brazilian jiu-jitsu dude, they're way better than me and my boxing coach. They beat the shit out of me every week. You learn, and it's humbling. Because in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, the dude that looks like his build is in there folding everybody the fuck up. So you evaluate the world differently. So, like, Imagine a world where him, Elijah, and the brother back there with the Under Armour shirt on, Elijah beats him consistently. That's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world. So my evaluation with like muscles and shoulders and shit, my evaluation on the world is different now after getting my ass handed to me to Elijah builds. So this is what I need you to do in the next 30 days. You got to join a fighting gym. It's going to be very fucking difficult and awkward. And you're going to hurt. But it will, how many, the guys in here that said, when I said you got to get in the fight, that was like, yup. What did y'all learn? Did y'all learn things from fights?
Absolutely.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. I bet you never fucking turn your back on people anymore after that. There will be so many lessons. I got stabbed in the face. And I was in high school. I was still fighting a dude, and the fucking box cutter was in my face. That's why this doesn't grow back right. I got fucking stabbed in the face, right? Not paying attention, ego, all that other shit. Nope, won't do it again. I don't want no smoke. I've learned how to fight very well as avoid every fight. And if there is a fight, I'm 1,000% going to try my best. I'm going to fuck you up. But avoiding the fight, most of the people that get picked on are people by bullies that know they don't want to smoke. The bullies never pick on the guy. I never get bullied anymore. I'm like, hey, I want to fight. And people are like, no. Right? So that's your homework assignment. In 30 days, you have to join a fighting gym. I don't care if it's BJJ. I don't care if it's Krav Maga. I don't care whatever. Boxing, right? You have to join a fighting gym in the next month. Last one. Government authority. Fuck.
He threw a trick one on you there.
My fucking problem too. Jeez. It's right, sushi. Y'all are gonna get upset with me at the answer to this one. Some authority, for lack of a better term, some authority is good because it teaches us jurisdiction.
I believe in familial and community authority.
Yeah.
Fine, but state overpowered authority.
So that's the difference between government overreach. I'll give you an example. I love homicide detectives. Love them. Love them. You guys are finding out who did an actual crime. That's an authority figure. That if there's a homicide, I go, that guy, he has jurisdiction over figuring out. It's not a violation of my constitutional rights. He's figuring out who killed Steve. That isn't a form of authority.
Who put him in that jurisdiction?
I agree. And he has nothing to do with me because I didn't kill Steve, nor am I helping him find out who fucking killed Steve. I just go, yeah, man. Now, the argument, we could go down the rabbit hole because you could say, all right, well, who put him in that authority position? The government. The same government that the founders, J. Hamilton and Madison, said, okay, we'll agree to some sort of federal government if we have this Bill of Rights in here that government does not overreach into. They agreed to a federal government. We don't get to say we love America, we love the Constitution, we love the framework, we love the pyramid that is the executive, judicial, and executive branch, and then go, yeah, but fuck that. We are giving them our consent. Governance by consent of the governed. Now, you may not agree with Steve coming into your house to find the detective coming into your house to find out who killed Steve. I agree with you. But the concept overall. Do you have children? No. Yeah, that's why you don't understand jurisdiction. Because in your home, when you have children, you 1,000% will understand authority better. Not that you agree with government overreach, but I go, Walmart has the right to tell me that I cannot come in without a mask. That's authority.
I'm saying state authority, though. I'm not saying private authority. Not saying familial authority or even community authority.
Yeah.
It's just state authority. It's people that I did not vote for.
Yeah.
Can take their power and use it against them.
What power do that doesn't exist?
You just said earlier that look at it now. The FBI's coming to our homes.
I don't agree with them as authority.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what people.
No. That's an illusion. You just comply with it.
So
You get to shoot them. We're on the same page. The opinions expressed are the opinions of Maj Toure, and not the Tennessee taking action. Da 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 da. No,
Yeah,
they
no,
are.
we're on the same page.
Right.
We're on the same page.
So that's an illusion. When we say government authority, no, the Bundy Ranch existed. No, you can try it. The bullies can try it, but I do not give consent to your authority over my space. I have no authority over my person. I can agree. All right, it made sense when the cop jumped out and pointed his firearm at me. And I'm like, damn, I'm on camera. I could probably get a bag out of this, so don't pull your gun out and shoot him. That was a decision that I agreed to in that moment. Or I could have went, fuck you, and shoot back. The concept of authority over your being is an illusion. It's not real. If you believe it, then if I can bluff you, I can fucking beat you. It's a game of poker. I'm the government. You got to listen to me, or we're going to shoot you. And that's not true. Y'all know Tupac shot 2 off-duty police officers that were trying to accost him, and he didn't go to jail. He shot one of them in the ass.
Wow.
This is not bullshit. I'm telling you, this really happened. Right? He did not go to jail. I'm going to get about $3 million after I go through this ordeal with them telling me, don't run, and pointing their firearm at me. They don't have authority. The Hicks decision is a decision. That case law is set in my state. My state is an open carry state. There's been no probable cause. Why are you asking? My Article 1, Section 21, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, Pennsylvania State Constitution shall not be questioned. I'm not making this up. They violated it, so I just decided to go, oh, you think this gives you power over me somehow because of your cute outfit. That's cool. All I'm going to do is leverage that into $3 million. It's not real.
Well, what would you say you pay your taxes?
No, allegedly. With what money? I don't have any money. I gave it all away. What money?
But that illusion is very real when somebody, say you work at a job, right, and they take those taxes out voluntarily.
You can literally write, don't take this shit out when you get hired. It's that little box that says, like, involuntary or what is it? Exempt. You can literally write the words exempt right there, and they won't take it out. It's capped. They operating on the same rules of the universe and natural law. They just don't tell you. It's capped. You can literally write exempt. And then they hit you up later like, hey, where our money? Y'all know that there's no federal income tax laws? Did y'all know that? Don't believe me? Go look it up. And let's say they make more rules and laws and whatever, right? This is where rubber meets the road. If they come to my door and say, come with us because you didn't give us money back on the money that we printed and we taxed you for every transaction that you made this entire time. Come with us. You get to say no and take what comes with that. I'll kill you. Now, that may seem extreme, But I'll give you a different example. If they knocked on your door, you don't have children, but if you all that have children, if they knocked on your door and said, come with us because we want to sleep with or be pedophiles to your children, you would say no and take what comes with that. Just because you agree on one and not the other, they're the bullies. They're supposed to try to trick you. It's an illusion. And just like Walmart, when enough security guards got punched in the fucking face, they go, we can't do this anymore. They're waking up. We can't, sorry. Then they'll say some shit like, you're going to see it on your Twitter soon. It's going to say, we're giving amnesty for all of the Americans who have not paid taxes. We want to give you amnesty. Fuck this system. That is the most American shit ever. Make as much money as you want. Put it in many places as you want. And if they show up and be like, give me some money. I got $8. You want to cut it at? Mm-hmm. Did Ross or Edward shoot them when they came to their door? No, I'm saying they still come after me. The motherfucking Bible didn't say, it says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. They didn't say goofballs wasn't going to form the weapons. I just determined when I'm going to shoot you and when I'm not. When they point a gun at me, I'm like, they got the drop on me. I could turn this into a bag. Don't reach for your gun. All right, cool. In a different situation, I go, I don't know who the fuck this is. We shoot him. I just made a decision. The slavery that we're participating in, not to sound like Kanye, but there's a choice.
We did just have the ATF agents murder the Missouri man in his house. Was it the 0600 no-knock?
Yeah.
It was a week ago, yeah.
Look, it's still a choice.
It is a choice.
It's a choice.
It is a choice.
I get to determine if you, and I might go, I want to rumble this one out in court. Just want to. See where this goes. Where's this life shit taking me? What part of the story is this? Right? I get to do that. Or I get to go, nah, this is beyond my fucking level of compromise. I'm going to fucking shoot you. That's it. Germs and steel is what it really boils down to.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a real good question.
Well, yeah, you got us on that, man. What's his challenge? What's his challenge?
Oh, the challenge. Oh, authority. It's 30 days to fucking shoot IRS. Jesus Christ. All right, you have 30 days. This is gonna be difficult. You have 30 days to find a homicide officer and thank him for his service. And I said homicide. I was going to say just a regular beat cop. But the reason why I made it a little bit lighter is a homicide officer because everybody can see some merit in a homicide detective. You can see some merit.
Yeah, but what if they're good at work, but then they're POS at home?
That's not part of the challenge.
That's a part of the challenge. You don't know.
That's not part of the challenge.
You don't know. Cause look. That's the challenge. You do know that he puts that, at least when he leave the house, because the reason why he's saying this because there's a lot of domestics as it relates to law enforcement officers, if y'all knew that or not. There's a lot of domestic situations, right? But reverse it. I'm a dude from North Philly. I'm not a freedom dude. I don't know none of this. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Everything, you got a bald head under that hat? Yeah. Everything about television tells me you a skinhead. You got tattoos. I don't know your integrity yet. Should I not give you a basic level of respect?
I would say yes, but if you find out.
No, but there's no way for me to find. I got to deal with it on face value as soon as I meet you the first time. I don't know yet.
Well, I guess so. My reluctance
Yeah.
comes from being in the military.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that
That cop.
half
What? Wait. Where are you getting these statistics from?
from my experience.
So it's anecdotal.
Fair enough. But from my experience, at least half of those
You better pick a good one. Use your fucking military situational awareness. Hope you picked one that's squared away. Challenge accepted.
Challenge
30
accepted.
days. He's going to absolutely fail. He's 1,000% going to fail. 30 days. Find a homicide detective. Even if you take a minute to talk to him and kind of get to know him. 30 days. Thank him for his service, for bringing justice and healing to families of actual victims. That's going to be very difficult.
That's
But
good.
whatever.
That's good.
No problem.
Thank you.